What up, peeps? It's Gabe
and Babe,
and we are here to do our second FAQs. This is everything else. And if you did not see part one, I will put the link down below in the description box. Please make sure you check that out. We talked about all things interracial, so check that out when you get a second. But let's get right into it because we've got a lot of questions. How old are you both, and what's your sign?
You gonna tell your age?
What?
You gonna tell your age?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
We both are 30 years old.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna be 31 in June, next month, both of us. I just don't know how I feel about 31.
I don't know. I'm a Gemini and
I'm a Cancer. So
I know.
Yeah. Birthday is June 30th and his is
June 12th.
June 12th. So we're June babies. How tall are you? I am 5'3" and a quarter.
I am 5'11".
You know what? This is not one of the questions, but I do want to say this really quick. I get a lot of questions like, what lipstick are you wearing? What earrings are you wearing? What nail polish are you wearing? And I put all of that information in the description box. Down below, if you click the show more, I put so many links down there and a lot of information, like the vlogging camera we use and everything. And I just want to throw that out there because a lot of people ask that in most of our videos. And I'd say probably all the videos this year. Like, I didn't do that in our older vlogs, but my videos now, I make sure to put all that information in the description box. So just click show more. Okay.
And we'll add Carmex for my lips.
How did you guys find out you were pregnant? Babe actually told me that I was pregnant and I didn't believe it. Like, I was just eating a bunch. Like, I guess that's why he thought.
She eating a lot of crazy food, stuff that she doesn't normally eat.
Yeah.
And I just told her, I was like, you're pregnant.
I'm like, I'm not pregnant.
So at like 9:30 that night, we went to, to the store, got some tests, and here we are.
Yeah. 3 tests later.
Yeah.
Here we are. Has your romantic life changed since having Chad Ryan? No.
No. It's been the same. Other than the waiting period, the standard waiting period that you have to go through. But no, we're
good.
Nice and healthy.
Have you decided whether or not you're going to go back to work? Or are you going to be a stay-at-home mom? I have decided to be a stay-at-home mom, and I will talk about that more in the 4-month postpartum video that is probably up. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably already been up, so you can go back and watch that video and I cover all of that good stuff.
I'm going back to work.
He never took off of work. Do you guys plan on having another child? Do you want a boy or a girl? Or do you guys want a girl? How many more do you want? And how long will you wait until you have another one?
Alright, so we do plan on having one more. We'd like to have a girl. If we have to have, if we get another boy, then we'll be obviously happy. But we will try one more time for a girl. So 3 is the most. At
this point, we'll try one more time.
Yeah, 2 is our hope. 2 is our hope that we can get our precious little girl this next time. And so we want a girl. And then we would like to. We're talking about no more than 2 years apart. So we're talking about early 2014. Hopefully, hopefully.
Once he gets 1 and maybe 1 in a couple of months, we'll probably start trying for baby number 2.
We're practicing now, though.
Girl. You just had to throw that out there. He's crazy.
Practice makes perfect.
Would you ever adopt? Because I'm adopted and I would like to know other views.
So.
Yeah, I believe so.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if we weren't able to have any more children or the number of children we'd like, then of course we would definitely look at adoption. What's the best thing about being a mom for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. He's just the best thing. I think the best thing is just looking at this being that you've created, and it's like this is part of me, and just being here with him and waking up and seeing his smile every day. Like, it's the little things, but big picture, just knowing that you created this human being that relies totally on you at this point. It's just an awesome feeling. It's the best thing ever.
Gabe. Just wondering if you had any favorite baby girl names, since you initially wanted a daughter.
I do. I have one favorite baby girl name, which will be our daughter's name, which we will not disclose until she gets here. Yeah. Well, or at least until we're pregnant with her. So I don't want nobody taking my baby's name, because I've had this name for years, y'all, and thankfully Chad was on board. He actually liked it. Yeah, so
yeah. Now that Chad Ryan is born, do you think you guys will stay in Savannah permanently, or considering? I'm sorry. Will you stay in Savannah permanently, considering that you want him to go to the best schools and have the best activities?
No.
So yeah, no. I mean, the long term, goal of ours is to get to where we are closer to family, and that could be, who knows when that is, but God will tell us when that time is, but no, we definitely want him to have all the diversity that we grew up with. Exactly. And unfortunately, this town is great. There's some really sweet people, but it doesn't give him that.
No, not at all. Why don't you guys just move to the city? If it were that easy, we would be in the city right now. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, honestly, we live in Savannah because this is where God placed us. This is where Chad is working. It's a great job, great place for us to be right now. Yeah. And when God says to go, we'll go.
Exactly. Top 3 places that you guys would like to move to.
Well, let's see.
So we don't differ too much, to tell you the truth.
No, we don't actually. It used to be Chicago, then Indianapolis, and then I was pretty much open for the third city. DC was on his list, but now Indianapolis has actually moved to the top of my list, just because I'd like to be closer to my family. Yeah. Namely my mom and Nana and Gracie and all of them. Yeah, so same here.
It was initially Washington, just because of the career field I'm in. I thought that there's definitely a lot of opportunities up there. But honestly, I think Indianapolis is at the top of the list now. Chicago will be second, and then really open for the third. But wherever God places us. Are you guys planning on buying or building your dream house? I'm going to assume that you guys
live in your starter home
now. So my question is about buying. Would you guys buy a bigger place in the future?
Yes, we're definitely going to. We're going to need a bigger place, especially if we have another child. But our plan is to build. I've always wanted to build my dream home.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's gonna be a great part about doing that, is that going through the process, picking a neighborhood.
We can't wait to
picking a neighborhood or a lot, wherever we do, and then going through all the plans together, picking all that stuff. I think
that's exciting.
Be a lot of fun.
Can't wait to do that.
Yeah, so definitely a goal, yes. And this is our starter place. We don't own it, we just rent, but we've definitely done some things to make it a little more home.
A
little more like home.
I'm going to be very sad to leave the nursery, because we put a lot of effort into that. But
now I know how to do it, so
it is what it is.
We're creative. How did you guys get into vlogging, and what program do you use for editing? Because they want to make videos.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions from people who want to make videos, and to answer these questions first, we got into vlogging. Well, I've had a YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel. It was just me. I talked about hair and all that good stuff. And then, once life evolved, I started showing him. We were actually watching Benji and Judy. That's the whole reason we started vlogging. They were doing Vlogtober in 2011, and I just happened to stumble upon them, and I was like, hey, we should try this. This is cool. So we started doing Vlogtober, and we did that last one in October, and we said that this was it for a while, and we got crazy response, like, no, don't stop the vlogs, so we were like, people are watching us. So we just kept going with it. We use iMovie to edit. And a lot of people ask about starting with vlogging and everything, and my advice is just to do it. Just do it. Like, there is always somebody out there that's going to watch. So if you want to make videos, make them. And just put them out there, and don't do them. You have to do them because you want to do them. Don't do them, with, I'm trying to make a bunch of money, or I'm trying to, get all these people to watch me. Do it because you like it, because if you don't like it, it's going to come through on your video.
I think the best part for me about it is, I mean, if you watch the old ones, I was a little more timid and not as open. I'm not nervous or shy or anything, but it's just, it was different. Something that was different. She had been used to it by that point in time. I still can't vlog on my own great. I'm sure you guys know that.
We're working on that.
But yeah, I think it's great because it's the best diary that you can ever have. You know, if you truly capture the moments that matter the most to you.
We got a fussy
And he's talking. Has vlogging brought you and Chad closer? From watching you guys, it seems like your chemistry has always been good. But I know doing stuff like this together can add to a relationship. So, I think that the vlogging has been a very fun part of our relationship. Not luckily, I guess you know, we have great communication.
We do.
And that's not just saying it to saying it. We really do. We the way we start our relationship, watch our old vlog, you'll be able to, you know, get that information. But yeah, we have a great relationship, and vlogging has been great.
Yeah, I think it helps it gives us something to do together. Like, you know, it's kind of our hobby, our thing that we share. How do you mount the camera in the vehicle? It's a, I don't know what it's called.
So there's this little, if you go to Walmart, go back in the automotive section, and you can find these little sticky pads. They go on they're just like a rubber pad that's as thick as a,
I mean, it's really thin.
Thin as a, you know, it's like a cardboard, you know, construction paper or something. And put it there, it's rubberized, you can set something on it and it doesn't slide. It's meant for like phones and accessories in your car.
But our camera, it stays on there.
It sits on there, and we use actually a pack of gum to prop it up.
I know, right?
And it stays there, no problem. Will you sing some more cover songs? And that's for me. That's for me. Yes, I will sing some more cover songs.
No, y'all don't want to hear none of his cover songs, okay? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Actually, I just told him yesterday that I was thinking about singing one of these new songs that I really like and making a video. I actually have like a playlist of vocals. I think it's called Vocals Only on my main channel. I have everything broken up into playlists. So my natural hair, my vlogs, my weaves and wigs, and singing. So I do have covers already on there, and I think the last one I made was like in 2010. So I may do some new ones. I'm not sure. I'm still debating, y'all.
She will. I'll talk her into it. Because I love her voice. Did you both grow up in Indy? What area? I am from Indy.
Yes, we're both, I was about to say we're both born and raised, but he was born in Lafayette. But I was born in Indianapolis, raised Indianapolis, Northwest Side, Washington Township, all through school. So like, you know, Michigan, 71st in Michigan, all around in that area.
So Lafayette, you know, just, but yeah, Indianapolis during, you know, high school, junior, all that stuff, and moved a lot, but mostly over there, like in the St. Vincent, Harcourt, 86 Ditch Road area. Yeah, so,
Northwest area.
And thanks for watching, fellow Hoosier.
I know, right? What high school did you go to? North Central.
North Central.
Class of 2000, baby.
That's right, Y2K, baby. After realizing you went to school together, did you look back, or think back and see times your paths crossed before you got together? Well, I think we both did. We looked back to try to figure out if we ever did, but we never did.
No.
They never had a class together. That's just how big anybody from Indiana knows North Central's the biggest, I think the biggest school in Indiana. I think it is.
I think it was back then. I'm not sure if it still is or not.
It was back then, but it's still a large school. So, no, we've never crossed paths. But that's what God wanted.
You should do a video dedicated to your Starbucks faves. We know that Babe's favorite. Babe's favorite, but can we focus solely on your Starbeezy loves? P.S. This request was inspired by the fact that I cannot remember the name of the purple drink you used to purchase from there. Well, I think you're talking about the raspberry caramel macchiato, and it's like a dark pink. I've never really seen it look purple, but I'm sure that's what you're talking about. And it's just a caramel macchiato with raspberry, like a couple shots.
It's good.
And that's like my favorite. Like in the summertime, a lot of times I get it iced. And I mean, I have so many favorites. Maybe we'll make a separate video about that. I mean, but Babe's favorite is caramel macchiato. And he also likes the caramel apple spice.
The caramel apple spice I really like, yeah. And I've been trying a few different things lately, but that's my go-to.
Yeah. Maybe when we go to a city where there's a a nice Starbucks, we'll make like a favorites video.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe we'll buy a few different ones and we'll do something like that. So good idea.
Did you have Oscar before y'all got together, or did y'all get him together? No, Oscar was my dog. Once he met Chad, he loved Chad. I mean in Chad. And Oscar has always been very friendly, but it was something about Chad. He loved him. I guess that should have told me something. Then my dog loved him, but no. He was my baby first, but now he's our baby.
Yeah, he's our baby now. What kind of dog is Oscar, and when and where did you get him? So he's a Maltese Shih Tzu mix, and you got him in Indy?
I got him in Indy. Somebody had an ad. I was looking for puppies at the time, so I was looking on like Craigslist and everything, and somebody had posted an ad with him. It was him and like his brother, and his brother looked completely different than him. Like he was the cuter one, so I was glad I scooped him up.
You guys make the drive to Indiana. Look close. Are you guys close to Indiana?
We're not very far. It's just a 6-hour drive for us.
How do you travel so much? Just
I don't know how do we afford to, or
I guess we can cover it. So we can cover it in two ways: how do we afford, and how do we have the time, maybe. So as far as time, most of the time it's on the weekend. Once in a while, I'll take a day off and go if I need to.
Yeah, like we'll leave like Thursday night or something. Usually, if we're going to Indy, we'll leave like Thursday evening.
Take Friday off.
Yeah.
But I do most of my work from a computer, email, my phone, so it's okay. And then as far as on the financial piece, just we're blessed.
Yeah.
God has blessed us
to do that. When you think about it, it's not that much. It doesn't really take that much to take a road trip. I don't think it's not like we're hopping on a plane every other weekend. Now that would take some serious
most expensive
cash,
stuff is the gas.
Yeah. Gas isn't.
But you just plan that out.
What's your occupation? What industry do you guys come from, and what type of work does Babe do? This is like the #1 question. What do you do, sweetheart?
The
abridged version.
The abridged version. Yeah, I work for a defense contracting company. I manage a bunch of guys that support different military or Department of Defense contracts. Yeah, so that's the abbreviated version.
Well, there you go. What industry do I come from? Mostly administrative. I've worked in that, and then the service industry as well. Right now, I'm just being mommy. So.
Yeah.
Where do you see your career going? Where do you see your career going, Dad?
I think that again, I've worked hard, and but at the same time I've had some really good mentors and some good opportunities presented, and I've been able to capitalize on them and get a great position well ahead of of a lot of my peers at my age. So who knows where it goes from here, but I continue to finishing up school, learning, trying to get better, making sure that I'm taking care of people the way they deserve to be treated and taken care of. Yeah, and it'll go good. It'll go and continue to go in a really good direction.
Yeah, and I don't know if that question. I guess it kind of applies.
Well, I'll answer it for her.
What?
Yeah, her career goals are not on hold. They're postponed so that she can learn this mommy thing, and she's going to look for things that she wants to do to prepare herself for some of the goals that she has, and she'll be working towards them. So
yeah, just changing up a little bit. I think I'm over the administrative thing, which is what I did. I started my own company doing virtual assistant, and I'm not really feeling it anymore. So I'm kind of in transition right now.
Yeah, so it'll be going good places.
Yeah.
I think I heard you mention that you used to work together for the same company. How are you adjusting to being at home? Do you miss working?
Being home is great. I've been adjusting very well because he keeps me very, very busy. So I don't necessarily miss working the job that I was doing, it was kind of a filler job. Like when I, after we got married and I moved down here, I didn't work for a while, and then I just kind of got bored. So I started working at his same company just to have something to do. And I'm used to working, so I needed, to occupy my time. But I don't miss being there. I do miss our interaction at work, running into him and seeing him, and because I miss him when I'm here, and it seems like the days are so short. Like we don't have as much time as we did, but we were at work together all day, and then we had time at home. So that's the only thing I miss about working right now. It's just getting to see him.
Yeah. No, that's sweet. How was your transition from working and taking care of a household to motherhood?
It was an easy transition. It took a minute to get used to it and try to get us on a schedule. Like at first I felt like I wasn't getting anything done because I was always, feeding him or holding him, and it was difficult. I guess it was a little difficult at first. The first few weeks, it took some time for me to get us on a schedule, but I think now we're doing great.
Oh, she's got him on a great schedule. What's up with the TV thing?
What's up with the TV thing? And then the question after that says, when are you going to tell us about the surprise announcement? Honestly, you guys, when we know more, you'll know more. Like,
we don't want to give away too much because it's still
something weird.
It's still in the transition, the beginning infant stages per se. So we don't want to just throw out misinformation. What happened to the old house? Did you move into your old place?
Yes.
So the old house was ratchet, and it lasted all of 1 month.
It was just bad. Like I just didn't like. I had a feeling before we moved in there. I had a feeling that we should stay here, but we had already said we were gonna move and told our landlord we was leaving this place and everything. And then when we got there, it was just like, yeah, we should have.
The only thing good that came from that place was that's where we found out that we were pregnant with CJ. That's the only thing that, but it was a learning thing, It was
a learning experience for us, definitely. And by the grace of God, nobody had rented our place, our old place, so we were able to come right back because I was like,
and paint the walls before we moved stuff in. So it was kind of cool that
it was good for us to be able to come right back.
Do you and Chad ever argue? Every day. Joking. No, actually.
No, he's kidding.
No, we
don't ever argue. Actually, we've probably had 3, maybe 4 arguments.
I mean,
if you want to call them arguments.
If you want to call them arguments.
We have that one that's documented that where I was, hormonal and pregnant and upset about the suit jacket.
We don't. We just, again, we have great communication. Yeah. We don't dwell on small things. We don't let them. Oh,
you're okay.
It's okay, buddy. We just don't. We don't worry about the small things. We talk it out and we figure it out and we move on.
Yeah.
We don't dwell. So don't dwell.
Don't do it. Arguing is pointless. Is Nana your grandmother or something? Yes. Nana is my grandmother.
Yes, she is my grandmother. Yes.
She is my mother's mother. Yes. Nana is my real biological grandmother. And I say that because I get these crazy questions like, is Gracie your sister? That's the next question. Yes. Gracie is my real biological sister. I don't know why. I guess I get so surprised when people ask that because, like, what else would she be? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the same mother. We are 13 years apart. Gracie is 17. Is that 13 years? Yeah. Mm-hmm. She'll be 18 this year, actually, in October. So, yeah, that's my sister. We're just years apart. And what condition does she have? How old is she? So I covered how old she is, and we don't look at Gracie as having a condition. I mean, the medical term is Down syndrome, but to us, she's just Gracie. She's just like every one of us. Like, she's our special angel down here. So
yeah, she's awesome.
The next question is also about Gracie. How was it like growing up with a sister like her? It was awesome. I mean, it was great. Like, I have a lot of sisters, and Gracie is the one that I'm the closest to because, you know, we have the same mother, so we lived in the same household. And I was 13 when she was born, so I helped out, you know, I'd like to think that I helped raise her with my mother. So we are extremely close. We have the best relationship ever. And Gracie is just awesome.
She is.
I mean, how can you not love Gracie? And if you've watched our videos, you guys all love Gracie. Like, you can't help but love her.
She's always telling you that yeah, I love you.
I know. She's just
a sweetheart.
So sweet. She's a sweetheart. And she's, you know, she doesn't talk as much, but she knows what's going on. Like, Gracie is a smart cookie.
Oh,
she
yeah.
knows how to tell you what she wants, what's going on. Like, she's extremely smart. And I will say that, you know, growing up with a sister that has a quote-unquote disability just kind of opened up my eyes to all disabilities and allowed me to be a lot more sensitive to those around us, because you just never know. You know, like when you're a kid and you're growing up, when kids make fun of handicapped people, or, you know, like I think kids get into that, but when you grow older or when you experience it personally, it's a whole new meaning. Like, sometimes we could be out and I can see someone with Down syndrome and I'll tear up because it'll make me think of Gracie, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing it from firsthand, it gives you a completely different perspective.
For
and
me
it makes
too.
you just appreciate her and your relationship so much more.
Yeah, me too. Just from meeting Gracie, she's been, you know, she opens your eyes to the world, you know, because you get to see something different.
Yeah.
Something different that is just special, just wonderful.
Gabe, what is your relationship like with your father? We don't see much of him, and I was curious. If it's too personal, you don't have to answer. Well, I debated on whether I was even going to put this question down because I don't know if I feel like it's too personal, but my relationship with my dad is great. Like, my parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was, you know, like 1. So he's always been in the picture. He's always been in my life, but we've never lived together. So we have that type of, I used to say to my friends, he's like Uncle Dad. Like he's my dad, but he's like that cool uncle, because that's the type of relationship that we have. So, I mean, you know, I see my father not as often as I see my mother, obviously, because you guys don't see him on camera a lot, but we still see each other. We talk all the time. He's texted me like all day. We talk all the time. So just because I don't see him, or you guys may not see him in the vlogs that much, like, our relationship is fantastic. I love my dad. His dad.
Yeah, he's a great man. I love him too. He's awesome.
I have the same exact mark on the right side of my forehead. Is yours the same? The scar on my forehead, I don't even know what side it's on. Right. Is it the right side? I forget that it's there. When I was like 3 years old, I was at Nana's house and I was running and I tripped and fell through her plate glass door. And I had to have stitches, and it just stuck with me. This was like, you know, right before Christmas, and I was like 3 years old, and it's just been there ever since. I forget that it's there.
I really think that she's related to Harry Potter.
I don't even know that reference because I'm not familiar with the Harry Potter, but that's funny to me. Whatever. Will you have a meet and greet? One day.
Yeah,
we're just trying to figure out where. Like,
yeah, we don't even know how to go about that, you know,
like,
yet. So we'll just have to figure it out. And
we're thinking about it. If, you know, we're coming up. We're going to Vegas, and then we'll be going to Chicago. So those are the two like big cities that we can think of we're going to. And we may. Now that you guys have the new car, did you keep the second car that you guys had? Yes, we kept Gigi, which is my car. We kept the Honda Civic. Unfortunately, Rose was not paid off, so we traded in Rose for Jack, which is the new Jeep. You know, obviously we wish we could have kept Rose, but it just didn't make sense for us to have 2 car payments, and Gigi was paid off, so we're going to ride her to the wheels fall off.
Jack is awesome. So.
Yeah. What was your grad degree in, master's or doctorate? I have a master's degree. I have a master's in business administration and a specialty in accounting. So my MBA was an accounting specialty. Do you think you will ever relax your hair again? Honestly, no. I have thought about it. I have definitely thought about it because you get to the point where you're over it. You want to wear a weave with leave out that's not going to frizz up when you step outside. You know, I mean, I've had those moments, but my hair is so much healthier now since not having a relaxer, and it's thick and it's growing and it's beautiful, and it has the versatility there that I can switch it up and do things that I couldn't do with a relaxer. So honestly, no, there's no point in me ever putting a chemical in my hair again, honestly. Now I might color it, but I'm not gonna put no relaxer in it.
Keep mine natural too.
And how do y'all feel about y'all walk with God? Since I've been watching your videos, I believe your walk with God has grown. I see a difference in y'all, and I think it's great. What do you have to say about that? There's a lot of y'all's in that one.
So, yeah, I think, no, I don't think. I know for sure our walk with God has been, has grown tremendously. Now, meeting Gabrielle and her mom and Gracie, that group, that's grown my faith tremendous. I mean, those, they're an awesome group. And then Nana as well. I mean, awesome group of people that love God and believe in God, and that's helped me tremendously. But together, as far as our walk here, and that's what's been so great about Savannah is the fact that we found a great church. A church that doesn't have a million people lined up to teach Sunday school. So I've had the opportunity now to work with, with kids and teach them, and not really even teach them, just work with them to learn and grow in our faith. And we've
definitely grown, individually and collectively, since being together, praying together and reading the Bible and just all of that. We've definitely grown closer to God together, and that's fun.
And we're still working on getting closer. Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
Keep going, exactly. Every day you get closer and closer. This is the last question, finally. Does it ever bother either of you when you read the comments people leave about Gabe not loving or showing her love for Chad as much as it seems to show on camera, as much as it seems for you to show it on camera? I love this question. Thank you for asking this question.
It's a good question.
Because
I'll let you answer your part first. Well,
Yes, it bothers me like crazy because people are always praising Chad on how great of a husband he is and how wonderful he is. And don't get me wrong, he's the best thing ever. Like, he's awesome. And even when I talk to people and I hear them tell me stories about their husbands or their mates, I think to myself, God, I am so blessed. Thank you for my husband. But it bothers me because it makes me feel like people can't see that I love him just as much as he loves me. But I think we're different people and we show it differently. So I don't know. I think too, because Chad is such different. He's such like a breath of fresh air. He's different from the men that I dealt with and the men that I saw growing up, and probably the same for a lot of you out there. So I think that it stands out so much because he's a different character. So then, like, when I get upset, I have to try to remind myself that people are just not used to seeing men like Chad. So you can't help but comment on it because you're not used to seeing it. So it bothers me, but sometimes I just have to, I get in my feelings, but I have to get over it.
Yeah, and the thing is, of course it bothers me. Thing is that she's an amazing, person, wife, and mom, and she always tells me she loves me. She shows me. The most important thing is that she shows me that she loves me. She always knows what to say. So she's always there for me, and is so, perfect, for me. And yeah, so we're so happy. That's the thing. Yeah, we're two different people.
She's different people. He's all about PDA and shouting from the rooftops, and I'm a little bit more reserved.
And here's the thing. One thing. Look, for me, I'm man enough to say it. I grew up watching romantic movies and romantic comedies because that's, I thought that love could be just like that, which it can be. It can be just as magical as those moments in movies. So, that's why I maybe sometimes it might look like I'm doing too much or, a little more affectionate than, it's just you. That's me. I love her and I, want to do whatever I can to show her.
I appreciate it, sweetheart. I would kiss you, but I got it.
It's cheap.
Alright guys, so that's it. We finally made it through all the questions. I hope you stuck around to the end.
Yeah, I hope so.
If not, So that's for you. But if you guys have any additional questions or anything, anything we didn't cover, put them down below and we'll try to answer them, you know, down in the comments section. So thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.